Hello everyone, welcome again. That time one error has been occurred, so live get stopped that time. But it's okay, I'll explain the codes again. So today I'm going to explain you guys 15 Python scripts that will help you to write the code faster, and these are very helpful. So we'll head to the first one. So in the first we are going to find the unique elements in a string. Now this program will 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 delete the duplicates. Basically, this program will delete the duplicates and the unique alphabets will be printed. For that, first we will take a string and then we'll store in a variable my underscore string, and then using the set function. Now basically what set function does, that set functions delete or remove the duplicate ones. It only keeps the unique elements in the list or the alphabets in the list. So, and we'll will store that in temp underscore set. And for and if we'll print only temp underscore set, it will print all the alphabets in a in a individual element. So for joining that, we'll use this a blank, then with the dot with concatenating that, and then we'll write using the join function. We'll join the temp underscore set, and then we'll print the new underscore string variable. And then we can see that the duplicate that C was occurred two time here in CL coding. So one C has been removed, and only one C has been kept. Now we'll head to the second program, and in this using we'll use the title case. Now what does title function do? Title function print the words of the first alphabet of the word in capital. Basically it capitalizes the first letter of the word, the first alphabet of the word. So we'll take a string, and mine that is my name is Python coding, and then we'll store in my underscore string, and then we'll use the title function as my underscore string, then dot, and then we'll write the title function, and we'll store that in a new underscore string variable, and then we'll print the new underscore string variable. As we can see that the first letter of each word has become capital. My, then name n has become capital, then is I has become capital, and then Python coding as well. So basically this is used for giving a title. Now we'll head to the third one, that is reversing a string. In this program we will reverse the word in such a way that it will print from the end to the start. In this case it will print from the G to the starting C. For that we have taken a string here, CL coding, and we have stored that in my underscore string, and then we have called this my underscore string variable, and then we have given that colon colon then -1. Basically this does that it will print from the last alphabet of the word to the first alphabet of the word, and then we are storing it in reverse underscore string, and then we are printing this. As you can see, that is printing from the last alphabet to the first alphabet, basically in descending order. And the fourth program, printing a string or a list n times. Now in this program, if we want to print a list or a string uh, n times, so what we'll do, first we'll declare n with a number, as I have declared 3 here, and then we'll take our string and store it in a variable, as I have stored in my underscore string, and I have taken list, and you can see 1 2 3 a list, and then I have stored it in my underscore list, and I want to print it 3 times. So I have initialized the value of n to 3, and now using the print function, I am simply multiplying my string and my list with the number with the variable n, which has the value 3. And as we will execute it, you can see that CLCODING has been printed 3 times, and our list has also printed 3 times. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Now I'll move to our fifth program, combining of a combining a list of strings into a single string. Now here there are my name is Python coding. There are 5 elements in this string. Now we'll do what? We'll join this all element to make a single string. For that we will use the join function. So first we have taken the list and store it in the list underscore of underscore strings, and then using the print function we are using a separator comma, and with the concatenation we are joining list of strings. Inside the join we are calling our list of the strings, and as we print it we can see that my comma name comma is comma python comma coding is printing. We can remove comma and give space also. So as you can see that our elements of the list is getting printed in a single string using this join function. Now I'll move to our sixth program, that is swap values between two variables. Now in this program we are going to swap the values of a and b, and it will be assigned to b and a. So here we have declared a variable a and b and assigned their value to 1 and 2, and then the value of here the value of b is 2, that will assigning to a. So now a becomes 2, and the value of a is 1, which is going to assign to b, and it will become 1. So after that, after this line, if we will print a and b, then it will print the value of a 2 and the value of b 1. As it gets swapped, the value of a and b initially gets swapped after this line, and then they get swapped. Now we'll move to the seventh program, which is split a string into a substrings. Earlier, earlier we join the elements of the string and to make a single string. Now a string is given and we will convert that into substrings. Means we will convert that into elements of the list. So for that, first we will take our string. My name is Python coding, and we are storing it in string underscore 1, and then we are simply using the split function. So inside the print function, we are first giving the name of our variable string underscore name 1. Then with the dot operator, we are giving the split function, and then we will see that each element the each element has been separated. As you can see, my name is comma has become now a single string has converted to a list, and same goes to the string underscore 2 also. And now string underscore 2, you will notice that I have given inside the split function I have given a slash. Now why I have given it? Because I want to separate it from here. I want to separate it from this sample, and from this slash I want to separate these two. So for that I have given this slash here. So it will recognize that from here, from this slash, this string has to be separated. And as you can see in the output, after the sample, the slash has been removed and then a comma has been used to separate these two. Now we'll head to the eighth program. Now this program is of list comprehension. This program, this list comprehension will be used in list when we have to convert the items of the or elements of the list or element of the list. Uh, each element of when we have to convert each element of the list Suppose I want to give, suppose I want that each element of this original underscore list will get multiplied with 2 and then it will get printed. So for that I have given here, first I have taken the list and then store it in original underscore list, and then I have given here 2 multiplied with x. Now for x in original list, now what does this line means? This line means that for x means for each element, where for each element present in the original list, here what will happen, for each element present in the original list, 2 will multiplied with the each element, and then we are storing it in new underscore list, and then we'll print it. And as you can see, 1 get multiplied with 2 and becomes 2, and so on. 2 get multiplied with 2 and becomes 4, and 5 get multiplied with 2 and becomes 10. So if I want to convert this list into a string, so what I will do, I'll use the string function, and then I'll give the element, that is x here. And if I'll print it, as you can see that 1 has become a string, so as 2, 3, 4 and 5, they become a string. So we can do anything with the each element by using this list comprehension. This is very important. Now we'll go to the ninth, that is check if a given string is a palindrome or not. So basically we must know that what is a palindrome. So palindrome is that a string is starting from some alphabet, s- so it must end with those alphabet in descending order in the end. So for example here, it is starting from A, B and going to C, and then at last as you can see that BA means it's starting with AB going to C, and then at ending it's getting that AB in descendingly, so BA. And then we are checking by giving this by then we are checking using the if else statements, that my if my underscore string, that is this, is equal to my underscore string opposite in descending order oppositely. If it's equal to that, then it will print palindrome, and if it is not, then the else part will be printed it is not a palindrome. And we can see here that it is a palindrome. I'll show with one more example. For example, 1 2 3 and then 2 1, and this will also a palindrome. And suppose if I'll give here 4 5 or anything, then it will print that it is not a palindrome. So I'll think you get understand. Now I'll move to the 10th program, that is using enumerate to get the index and the value pairs. It means that first I have created a list A, B, C, D, E, and then I have stored in my underscore list. And now using the for loop, what I will do, I will print the value, but with the index also. So for index, comma value in enumerate, and in which, so in my list. So I will print, so I am printing, I have given this 0 underscore 1, and then using the format function, I am printing the index and value. And as you can see that the index is also get printed with the value, that A is present at 0 index, so A 0, then B is present at first index, then it is first, and so on, it is continuing to the E. Now I will move ahead to the 11th program, and this is find whether two strings are anagrams. Now what is anagrams? Anagram is that if there are two strings present, then the alphabet in that strings is similar to the second string. It doesn't matter that it will be in same order. Order can be anything, but the alphabets of that string will be same. So here, for that we have to install a module, and then we are importing counter from that module. So from collection, import counter, and then with the help of counter, we will we will run this program. So first I have taken three strings. and store that strings into string 1, then second string into string str underscore 2, then the third one into str underscore 3. And then I have declared each string, each string using the counter function. So counter, then I have given the first string str underscore 1, then counter, then I have given the second string, then third counter, and I have given the third string here. And then I've initialized these counters, these three counters in a three variable, and the name of the variable I've given cnt underscore 2 underscore 1 underscore 2 and underscore 3 for using it in further. So for further uses, I have given it in a variable. Now I am checking that if this cnt underscore 1 means this counter string 1 is equal to this counter string 2, means what? If this the alphabets present in this and alphabet present in this are same, so it will print that 1 and 2 are anagram. And if 1 and 3 are similar, then it will print that 1 and 3 anagram. matlab, it will print that 1 and 3 are same. So we'll see. As you can see, the first one runs as 1 and 2 anagram is similar. As we can see here that in the first string A, C, B, D, E, and the second string A, B, then C, E, and D, means that it contains the alphabet from A to E, and this string also contains the alphabet from A to E. And in this third string, there is no E. That's why the first one gets similar, and the first one A1 and 2 are anagram has been printed. Then we'll move to the 12th one, that is using try except else block. Now in this program, I have initialized A and B value to 1 and 0, and then I am trying that to print to divide A divided by 2. As we know that if we'll divide A with 0, it will occur an error. So we are then handling it using the except 0 division error, and then we'll print division by 0. So when the value of B will be 0, means that the number is getting divided by 0, then it will print division by 0, or else it will print no exception raised. And finally it will print run this always. Now if the except one runs or the else one runs, but the finally one, it will print every time. So if we run the code, you can see that the value of B is 0, that's why division by 0 is printed. And then the finally one run this always will always get printed. Now if I change the value, then you can see, so for the convenience I'll give here 10, and as you can see our that the first try get executed, then it's printed 2, means 5 divided by 10, 10 divided by 5, the answer is 2. Now the except one doesn't run this time because it is not dividing by 0, and then the third one gets run, that it will always run. Basically it was for handling errors. Now we'll move to the 13th one, that is frequency of elements in a list. Now it is about the elements present inside the list, that how many times uh, that elements are present, which element is present how many times. If we want to check the single element, that how many times a particular element is present in the list and which is the most common one. So that is all about frequency. That is all about frequency of element in a list. Now we'll move to the code, move to the program. Now for that we have to use the module collection. So from collection we are importing counter. So we have declare a list, as you can see here, and store that in my underscore list. And inside this list there are A, B, B, and C, D. There are many couple of entries which are repeated again. Now we have doing that we are we are using the counter function and then giving the my underscore list. We are giving inside under the counter function, we are giving the my underscore list and storing it in count variable. And now we are going to print the count. So simply we are printing count. Now this count, what will this print will do? Now this print will count each element, that how many times it is repeated, and then it will show. And suppose we want to search for only, we don't want to search for every element, that which element has repeated how many times. I just want that b I should I want that I should know only about the b, that how many times b has been repeated. So I can give in this way, that print count, and then under the square braces I will give my element name, and then it will show me that how many times b has been occurred. Now I want that how many times which element is most common, that which element has been occurred most commonly or m- in large amount. So we will give count dot most under count, and then with the dot operator most count, and then 1. And you can see that the first print has is telling that D has occurred 5 times, B has occurred 3, D has occurred 5 times, B has occurred 3 times, A 2 times, C 1 time. And the second print saying that B has occurred 3 times. And the most common one is D, that has occurred 5 times. Now, why I have given 1 here? I have given 1 because I want to know the most common element, the first most common element, that which element is occurred, which element has occurred mm, in large amount. So here D, if I change the value to 2, then what will happen? Then D and B, first D, as it has occurred many times, as it occurred 5 times, and then second one is 3. And if I give you a 3, then what will happen? Then A, which is 2 times, will also get printed. So we can check it if you want to know that most common elements, two most common elements. So we can give here 2. We can assign the value to 2, and then it will print the most common elements, two most common elements which have been used in the list. Now we'll move to our 14th program, that is check the memory uses of an object. Now many times we just create uh, a variable of string, integer, float, anything, but we don't know that how many space is taking in our memory. So for that, first we have for checking for that, first we have to import sys, and then I have given a variable num here, and then I have given 47. And then for checking that how many memory it is taking, I'm using the print function, then cs, then dot operator, and get size of, and then I'm passing the get size of function, and then I'm passing the num. Now if I run this code, now for 28, it is taking 28 bit of memory. Now if I'll give 78, then also it is printing 28. Now if I'll give 120, then also 28, means an integer value is take 28 amount of memory. Now I'll give a string value. For example, I want that only h. So here the value has been changed. Now h is taking 50. H is taking 50 memory, means 15 bits of memory maybe. And then if I give the whole name hello 2023, then it has been increased. Then how much has been increased? As you can see that if there is only one element, means only one character, then it is 50. And if I'll give one more, then it's become 52. Yes. So for each element, first it is for declaring a character, it is taking 50. And then for increasing of one character, it is increasing by 1. So here I've given HEL, then I'll give the whole hello, and it will give 54 here. Now we'll move to our last 15th one, the sampling from a list. Now in this we have given the elements inside the list and stored in my underscore list. Now we want to do that. We want that from these five elements, only two will get printed, and the two will get printed randomly. Means that each time I will execute the code, each time the two elements will be changed. So for that, we are using the module import. We are importing the module random, and then we have declared a list here. Now, for how many elements we want to get random printed each time. So we want only two elements. Then we have given here two, and then we are using the module random dot sample, and then we are passing our list, and then we will pass our that how much elements we want to get printed. That is stored in num underscore samples, and if will and that is and it is and the random dot sample my list num underscore sample is stored in samples, and then we'll using the print function will print it, and this time E and A get printed. Now I'll execute it again. Now you can see B and C has been printed. Now I'll execute it again, and then you can see C and B. Each time it will give us different values from these five elements. Randomly it will give uh, two elements randomly, and each time it will be different. Thank you everyone. This was for today. Now we'll see you in the next